Hello, you horrors. It's Christian Lavicum here, riffraff in the Rocky Horror Show. Time may be fleeting, but with this gang, madness has already taken control. Yes, it's time for Rants in our pants. Are you ready for dawn?
That's my secret, Cat. I'm always angry.
Stacey?
I'm not crazy. My mother had me tested.
Amanda?
You know this, I just don't know if you know it.
Deann?
I'm a dirty skunk! I'm a dirty skunk!
Really? Don't say I didn't warn you.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Rants in Our Pants. I get to host today. It's going to be an interesting one. The pre-show meeting was interesting, and
How?
it was interesting. Okay, use your mind. We had some change-ups. I didn't do my homework for one of the subjects I wanted to bring up. So Dawn was gracious enough to she's going to step up something that we were going to put for the 24th, and we're just gonna go with it. But it's been an interesting week for the country. The Secretary of Defense. I'm sorry, Pete. I'm sorry, Trump. It will be the Department of Defense. And I just want to get this out of here. For a president who wants to get a Nobel Peace Prize, to rename the Department of Defense to Department of War, don't think he's helping his chances much. So I'm just going to say that. But Pete Hegseth decided that it was going to be a great idea to pull in all of the top generals and top admirals out of the field, put them in one place on one specific time, and then advertise where it is. So let's start off with this. Let's go with Dawn.
I need to correct you.
Yes, go ahead.
The Nobel Peace Prize Committee basically disqualified Trump pretty much permanently.
Good.
Because he changed it from Department of Defense to Department of War.
Right. Yep. So,
which is probably why not too long thereafter, he decided to have Kegsbreath open up the meeting to basically say these are the new rules of the land as far as the military goes.
Yep. Like I said, he hurt his chances after doing that. So, yeah, he will thankfully never get it, because the Peace Prize is for people who actually make a difference in this world, who actually believe in peace and believe in humanity. And it's never done in the same way. They get nominated by different people. And oddly enough, some of the people who actually nominated this idiot for a Peace Prize originally were people that were kind of beholden to him. So it was like, I will help you stop this incursion, but you got to nominate me for a Peace Prize. So, yeah, Dawn.
Didn't you forget one teeny tiny little thing?
Go ahead.
No. I'm asking you a question. Didn't you forget one teeny tiny little thing?
Go ahead. What did I forget?
What's the name of the show and who are we?
Technical difficulties.
I like it.
Rants in our pants. Go ahead. Dawn, speak.
You forgot the intro.
I'm just pointing out
I
you
did the intro.
the intro.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm Stacey. With me, as always, is the person.
Stunned and disbelieved.
Yesterday was a long fucking day for me. I drove 15 hours to get a cat. I'm sorry, but anyways, so the person who is correcting me is Dawn.
As always.
And Deann, who's laughing
back.
because I didn't get it either. Yeah, so anyways, yeah.
And Amanda's at work. Bada-ba-boom.
So yeah, like I said, technical difficulties. My brain's still asleep.
Anyway, Kegsbreath, go on.
No, go ahead. I love that nickname, by the way, Kegsbreath. I love it.
I didn't come up with it, but it fit.
Yeah, it does. It does. But go ahead.
Okay, so you were pointing out that he gave the location and the time where basically every head of the military was going to be in the same place at the same time.
As the president. As the president.
Yeah. Hold it. I'm going to be keeping count on this. So we're at 1. So he decided, first of all, to stand in front of a large American flag like General Patton. That was the first one. The second one is to tell all these seasoned generals, people who have been through shit, seen shit, guided soldiers through shit. They're basically some of the most, I'm not going to say the greatest military minds, but of the current situation, they didn't get their position by being stupid. And they're being talked to by a failed major, if memory serves me, in the National Guard. They're being told by this asshole that they, one, no beards, that there are no more DEI hires, and they're probably going to get rid of some of the DEI hires, i.e., if you looked in the crowd, there were several women, several African-American generals in attendance, several Latino generals in attendance, and they're basically being told that the only reason why they got into their position is because of the color of their skin. What was that?
That was me, sorry.
Oh, never mind. But they got in there with the color of their skin, or if they have mammaries or not. Okay? That's strike 2. Okay? Strike 3 is being told, if I can do a military exercise, you can do a military exercise. No fatties in the military. Have you seen this man do a pull-up?
Nope.
They both leave the screen.
Nope.
Watch a video of it sometime. It's quite a sight to behold. It's like watching someone do Kegels. It's honestly amazing. It's like, dude, did you fucking drink before you hit that bar? I mean, I own up to it. I can't do a pull-up, let alone a Kegel while doing a pull-up. That's strike 3. Let's go to the next batter. Then he goes and says, along the lines of no more dresses in the military. So, i.e., no more women in the military. While it took a while to get women into positions where they could be in combat situations, it's not like this isn't a first. Women had to fight to be in the military for a long time, especially during World War II. And I could tell you stories. All I'm going to say is look up on Audible, The Home Front Life in the United States. It's narrated beautifully by Martin Sheen. The shit women went through in the military during World War II will make you scream. But nothing compared to what this asshole is trying to get started. Strike 4. Strike 5. Let's bring out the golden standard of manliness as he shuffles with his little yam tits swinging to and fro onto the stage, who goes on to the most ambient-induced speech where he talked about how he walks carefully down the stairs, and then he says, oh, I was joking. And to their credit, the generals did laugh. But he said, this is a rough room, not knowing that generals do not react. Not during things like that. They sit there stoically, paying attention to what you're saying. I'd hate to be what they're thinking, but they're staring and watching and paying attention. What he was expecting is what he got when he went to West Point. I believe it was West Point, where he was talking about, anatomy and shit like that. And they're like, yeah. It's like, fuck off, yeah, fuck. The only reason why he got freaking any kind of pussy at all is because he either paid for it or he took it, allegedly. But back to Yam Tits. The fact that he said, I walked very carefully down the stairs. But wasn't this the same asshole who was talking about Joe Biden and falling and shit like that, but yet there's video of him falling up freaking up to Air Force One?
Yep.
Isn't this the same one who had to be helped like a little old lady across the street by a Boy Scout during one of his rallies?
Yes.
This is the picture of manliness? No, I don't think so. But what I was getting to about to their credit, they laughed. He said, you don't have to agree with what I have to say. You can get up and leave. You'll be fired. And people are like, oh, he's joking. No, he's not. He's absolutely not joking. If he wants generals who are loyal to him, 100%, like a certain other, dare we say, asshole back in the 30s and the 40s, who had generals come in and swear their allegiance to him. Anyone, class, does anyone know who this was? Anyone? Anyone?
Hitler?
Yep.
That would be the one.
Yeah.
So to have Kegsbreath bring these guys in, which could have been done over a Zoom call.
Right.
To have him just literally say, we're doing all this, and if you don't like it, get out. Get out now. My question to you, both of you, is how many in that entire room of admirals, generals, do you think were thinking, this guy's got to go?
From what I heard afterwards, quite a few of them actually went up and talked to Representative Madeline Deann about how uncomfortable and uneasy they were. Trump forgets that the military is to be, but constitutionally, it's to be apolitical. Apolitical. You cannot, that's why they didn't clap, even though Trump's like, oh, go ahead and clap if you want. You can't. You can't. But she went up to Mike Johnson, and here I pulled it up, and of course it's disappeared on me. She went up to him on Wednesday and urged Mike Johnson to address the comments made by the president during that address. She said, the president is unhinged. He's unwell. And she said this in front of a bunch of cameras. And then Johnson fired back by telling her, a lot of folks on your side are too. Not to that extent. Not to that extent. Dean then pointed to President Trump's remarks from the day prior when he suggested Democratic-led cities be used as training grounds for the military. He and Hegseth also told service members that the days of politically correct policies within the armed forces would be brought to an end. Dean described Trump's comments as a performance in front of generals and admirals. And Johnson said, well, I didn't see it. Well, then I think he's the only one in Washington or America or the world that really didn't see didn't watch that. I guarantee you, he was watching that whole thing. As a Speaker of the House, it's your responsibility to watch stuff like that. But Madeline Deann warned that diplomatic relationships could be impacted by the president's remarks and told Johnson that it was dangerous. She said, I serve on the Foreign Affairs and Appropriations. This is a collision of those two things. Our allies are looking elsewhere, meaning elsewhere for support. Our enemies are laughing. Ex-military officials also echo her same sentiments. The event was expensive, dangerous, and a dereliction of leadership by the Trump administration. While American forces confront real threats across the globe, Mr. Hegseth and President Trump choose to pull generals and admirals away from their missions to listen to hours of political grievances. And General Barry McAfee offered similar scathing reviews, saying that the president sounded incoherent, exhausted, rapidly partisan, at times stupid, meandering, and couldn't even hold a thought together. Which is, I tuned in for a little bit at work and watched it I came in because I knew what we were going to be talking about. I knew what I wanted to talk about, and I wanted to see, but I could only
during work hours. Shame.
I'm the only one at work now until the end of October, so I could. But
So
literally, I could only take 2 minutes of it. He was talking about how his signature was so beautiful. My signature is so beautiful. I sign everything beautiful. And unlike Biden, who I understand uses auto pen, he auto pens everything. And it was definitely stupid on all of their parts. Just like when you had, Charlie Kirk's funeral. Yeah, I mean, they should have focused on him in his life. That was what this was supposed to be. Instead, he turned it into a rally for himself. They had a gift shop. I mean, when I die, please make sure that no one talks about me and that there's a gift shop and that there's lots of rock music, not about me, But you put the president and the vice president in the same place, in the middle of a stadium, say, hey, both the main leaders of our country are going to be right here at this time. Has anybody seen the movie Sum of All Fears?
No.
You got to see it. It's a very good movie. It's a Ben Affleck movie. I think it's a Tom Clancy. It's like a Jack Ryan book. Same as Clear and Present Danger and stuff like that. Comfort October. Anyways, it's about a foreign adversary who gets their hands on a nuke and puts it in a vending machine, and they have to find that vending machine, and the vending machine ends up in a football stadium where the president is going to be. So, because they said ahead of time where he was going to be. So it's like, I mean, I don't think the entire Trump administration, I don't think that all their brain cells together could put together 1/4 of a real brain. They're stupid. So it's almost like they're daring our enemies to this is where we're going to be. Let's do it. It's almost like they want a war to start so that Trump can suspend this Constitution, stay in power, blah, blah, blah. That to me seems what he's testing the waters for. Call me wrong, but I mean, we've all seen the carnage in Portland, Oregon. I mean, the war, the ravage, the raping, that's got to stop, right? No. There's nothing there. The stuff that they were showing was from 5 years ago, and the number of ICE officers greatly outnumbered the protesters last week. So there was nothing. He's just trying to rile up his base. But Dawn, what are your thoughts?
I'm sorry, I got to be honest. I stepped away, so I kind of missed half of that. So you're going to have to kind of refresh me. What the hell did you say?
What are your thoughts on the reason why Trump is trying to federalize the National Guard in places like Portland, Oregon, saying that it's war ravaged, and which it's not. He's basing this war ravaged scenario on video from 5 years ago during the George Floyd protests.
Okay, so 2 reasons. The first one being the simple fact that, remember, he said point blank before he was even sworn in, this was his revenge tour. He's going after anyone and any place that basically gave him the biggest middle finger.
Yes.
Portland, Oregon was one of them. So it's like him going after Washington, D.C. itself, going after Chicago, going after New York with withholding $18 million for their infrastructure because reasons. Gee, I don't know, maybe 34 of them. He went after Portland because, as you said, for the whole thing with George Floyd. It's plain and simple. It's basically him getting back. I mean, look, he went after Comey. I wouldn't be surprised if pretty soon, which is probably why Biden pardoned them, if he doesn't go after Cheney next. And I don't know if Trump remembers this, but I wouldn't mess with her dad. He might take him hunting, if you know what I'm saying, and I think you do.
Yeah.
But the main reason, if it isn't brutally obvious, you haven't been playing along. And again, this is going to sound conspiratorial, but let's be realistic. It's the fucking distraction from the Epstein files. You're the fucking host.
Well, I didn't want to interrupt you, but
you'll do it anyway, but go on.
Yeah, it is absolutely the distraction from the Epstein file. But good news is that he's at least gotten to the E's. Like he's gonna release all the files, A, B, C, D. He finally got to the E's. He released the Amelia Earhart files. Everything we could possibly want to know over a mystery that's almost 100 years old.
Which they've already basically revealed.
I know. So anyways, go ahead.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
So anyway,
go ahead.
Hold on. Let's see. Nope, that's the wrong thing. Nope, that's the wrong thing. Let's go back. Oh, nope, that's the wrong thing. Hold on. Let's fix this. I want to be in safe driving mode. Thank you. Let's see. Microphone is muted. Imagine that.
I did not mute it. I didn't touch it. My hands have been here the whole time.
Nope, still not the right thing.
What are you doing?
Well, considering our esteemed host flipped me off.
Nobody saw that but you.
That's not the point. Our esteemed host flipped me off, so I was just going to take me off screen so she wouldn't see all the shit I'm about to do to her, but I won't do to her.
I was teasing because you held 3 up with me.
That I am trying to be very, very diplomatic because she doesn't want this to go on any recording, so we'll just leave it at classy, real classy. Anyway, so
and I was teasing.
back to where I was. You know what? This is why the interruptions are so fun. I forgot where I was going.
We were talking about Epstein files. That was not
So
an
then-
interruption.
So then they release Amelia Earhart, which it's been revealed that they found her plane parts in a certain island in the Atlantic. And I'm not saying no one cares about Amelia Earhart. It is a mystery that has been there for decades. But no one at this moment wants to know about Amelia Earhart. Shockingly, no one wants to know about JFK, and people have been wanting that file released for a long ass time. What they want to know is who is in this list and why are we protecting them? I thought the whole point is to protect our children. I mean, I could be wrong. After all, look at all the mass shootings. I mean, how did we solve that? Thoughts and prayers. That's working gangbusters. They decided that, you know, they want to ban all abortions because they want to protect, pardon me, the children, but they don't give a fuck about the children once they're born. So why are we protecting pedophiles? I don't know why. I really don't. If there's Democrats on there, reveal them. If there's frickin' Republicans on there, reveal them. If there's billionaires on there, fucking reveal them. Unless Ted Cruz is so tired of us attacking them that they're going to create a bill called the, what would be a good bill name for not attacking pedophiles? Keep your paws off or something like, I don't know. But the whole point is that this is nothing but plain and simple a distraction. Because everyone, the more they deflect, the more they do such egregious shit, like cancel, or pardon me, they didn't cancel Jimmy Kimmel, they suspended him for 3 shows. It probably would have been longer if it hadn't been for the simple fact that Disney realized how much money they were going to lose by this decision. I think it was within days, $4 billion. Only to have them bring Jimmy Kimmel back and decide to raise the subscription to Hulu from, oh God, I think the one package was $16.99. They're going to raise it to $20.99 because they lost so much money. So the whole point is as much as they can do that will just make you go, how much lower can he go? He will do anything and everything to try to get the country to forget about the Epstein files. Everything. Because he knows he is in deep shit. Mm-hmm. The problem, though, is I don't know why he's doing everything and everything, because it's been proven a majority of his sycophants don't give a shit. Look at Fellatio Blow. I'm sorry, what's his name? He goes by Trump's nephew on Twitter. And quite frankly, if I ever see that son of a bitch, get the bail money ready, because I will hit him where it hurts. Because that guy is such a joke. He's a racist rapist. He's a frickin' white nationalist. I think he has one that has called "Hang 'em from a Tree." Mm-hmm. Quite frankly, I'd like to crazy glue his testicles from the highest frickin' redwood in California. The problem is you won't be able to find him because he has no balls. I digress. Because if you get in this guy's face, he acts all tough and big and bad. If they're smaller than him, I know for a fact I am as big as he is, and I have more balls than he does. So Fellatio Blow, if you're listening, Name the place. Name the time. I got 40 years of pent-up rage I've been dying to offload onto somebody. But back to the original point. It's a conspiracy theory, nonetheless, but I think I have to give it more credence into the truthfulness than it is a conspiracy. It's nothing more than to distract you. Sending ICE to Chicago in the middle of the night to zip tie children, leave them naked in the middle of the night, outside. Why? To raise up a frickin' stink about Bad Bunny performing at the Super Bowl? And then to also decide they're going to place ICE agents and the Department of Homeland Security at the fucking Super Bowl? Because they're going to, and literally, this was her words. Christy, bang, bang, there goes the puppy, Gnome, saying they will arrest anyone they deem an illegal immigrant. Anyone. So, everything you're seeing is a distraction. Plain and simple. It's a distraction from Epstein, and it's also a distraction from the money he is making that he is not supposed to be making, hand over fist, off of the American people. Trump RX, give me a break. If anyone has been paying attention to his businesses over the years, Trump steaks, Trump vodka, Trump glasses, they all went. So, my only problem is I fear that we're literally one more person being shot, which someone did get shot, but I'm still waiting for the facts on that one. But someone got shot, I think in Chicago? A woman got shot in Chicago for ramming her car into, I believe, an ICE facility or an ICE car or something like that. And if this is true, that is illegal, folks. You're not supposed to do that. And allegedly, she had a gun in the vehicle. Again, you're not supposed to do that. If you're going to protest, you protest peacefully until it becomes not so peaceful. Which that has happened too, because I've watched videos of ICE agents tear gassing, slamming people who were just protesting. They weren't instigating. They were just out there with their signs, chanting, and the next thing you know, here comes the tear gas. So, I don't know. I just think it's one big distraction from people going, wait a minute, you mean he diddled little girls? Put him in with Jared. Give him a foot long.
Well, I was listening to an interview that the survivors of Epstein gave, plus the family of the survivors that could no longer speak, that they're going to put, if they don't get the Epstein files released, they're going to put together a list of their own and release it. Everyone that these women had contact with, everyone that they know of, they're going to put it out there. So what's he going to do? He's going to have them all disappeared. It's just, it's ridiculous. And yeah, I mean, that's, you were right on. All the money that he's making off this country, I mean, the tariffs, he's like, yeah, we've made like $4 billion in tariffs, and this is great. It's like, asshole, you didn't you stole that from the American people. It's American people, American companies that are paying tariffs. Tariffs are just another word for taxes. So, and I want to know where that money is going to. Who gets that money? They're not clear on it. Yes. Dawn,
what about the money that apparently is being brought up under potential investigation about his fucking ballroom?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's the thing that really drove me insane this past weekend, is you got people, myself included, I can't speak for you two, but whenever I have to give Amanda my card to go shopping, I have to set a limit, and I do mean a limit, because it's insane. Just for us two, it's insane how much groceries are. So I can just imagine a family of 2, 1, 4. I can just imagine how much it is. And yet this fucker, during a mass shooting, prices are through the roof. People are suffering. And one other little thing, and please remind me to come back to this because I know how my brain is going to shut that part down. But the fact that he wants to give relief to the farmers, the soybean farmers, who their number one customer for imported soybeans is China. He inflicted tariffs on China. China said, we're not going to fucking buy your soybeans anymore. So where they go? They're going to Venezuela. So guess who's getting relief? The farmers. But not our farmers, Venezuelan farmers. Meanwhile, our soybean farmers are pretty much in danger of losing their farms because of this fucker. Okay? So let's come back. Where were we prior to that? I'm asking you.
The Epstein, the survivors making the list that they're going to put out.
No, there was something before that. It was literally right before I went on this side channel. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how close. Hold it.
Sorry.
This is how close they pay attention. Anyway, I digress. Someone will write in and go, you were here. Yeah, you're a week and $1 short. The point is that you got all these people that want to make this list. I wouldn't wait. Do it. They're not going to release it. Not unless we literally have them, and I'm going to speak carefully because I don't want to open my door in the morning to go to work and be slammed to the ground by ICE agents because they think I come from Guadalajara. Like I look like I come from Guadalajara. Anyway, the point is that if Trump ever cracked a book, he would know what he's doing is not going to end well for him at all. It didn't end well in 1940 for a certain German vegan painter. It didn't end well for a bald-headed Italian and his mistress. You keep squeezing the dime of people who are hurting. And now I remember where we're going. While he was doing all that shit, or while all this shit was going on with the mass shootings, and there were 3 of them in a span of 24 hours, this asshole is showing all the gold in his office. Now, I'm sorry. If you're suffering from deciding what you're going to buy, food for your kids or medication for your kids, do you really want to see the guy who's supposed to be helping fix things gloat about the gold in his fucking office? Would you give a shit?
No.
I would be pissed. And that's what he's doing. He's literally showing everybody, I could give a damn about you and your fucking problems. I'm going to let you think I do, but I don't. Because anyone who sees all the shit that's going down, the fucking church shooting in Grand Blanc, and it was one of his boys, by the way.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Showing me the gold in your fucking office, which is the tackiest fucking decorations I've ever seen in my life, He's going to redo the French Revolution version 2.0. And I assure you, no one wants to eat the cake.
I even have a hat that says "Feeling French" with a guillotine on it, a baseball cap that I bought. So
And that you don't wear.
I haven't worn it yet, but so anyway, so we're gonna move on. I think after one last point from Dawn, we're gonna move on to another subject. Go ahead, Dawn.
Is it political?
No.
Okay, so then this, I think, will end the political part because I want to give you guys a history lesson. I'm going to read a description, and I want you to tell me if it's ICE I'm talking about or the Gestapo. Okay? All right. This group, basically, it placed them, there was a law that was put in place that put them above Yes.
What's Gestapo?
That's a German police under
Hold
Hitler.
on. Hold on.
Yes, I know. Shut up, Dawn.
I know we all went to Redford Union, but I didn't think the education was that horrible. I knew the math might have been, but not the history.
Sorry.
Oh,
Sorry.
good.
History is not my subject.
Sorry, Mr. Manning.
You're up there with, do you remember, I told you the story. I don't remember, I'm not going to say their last name, but I talked with the sister of a girl that graduated my class who they went to go see Saving Private Ryan, a movie set in World War II.
Right.
And she leaned in to her sister and said, "Did we win?"
Oh, wow.
I'm not that bad.
Wow. Wow.
I digress. You're not a history buff. I got it. All right. So let me just read these descriptions, and you tell me if this is ICE or the Gestapo. A law was placed specifically for this group that put them above judicial review. It gave them the license to act without legal restrictions and to send people to basically internment camps without trial. This group also used constant surveillance, intimidation, and brutal interrogation methods, including torture, to suppress all dissent. People were often arrested based on anonymous tips from neighbors or competitors. They were also responsible for coordinating deportation and other targeted groups to ghettos, as well as more internment camps. Special departments within this group targeted political opponents, religious organizations, homosexuals, and any other group that was deemed undesirable. Now, with that description, who am I describing? Is it ICE or is it the Gestapo? Yes, Stacey?
It sounds like the Republicans when they were doing the Japanese internments during World War II.
And how we all forgot about that, huh?
That sounds like ICE.
Ironically, that was the Gestapo.
Oh, wow.
But if you go with what the Gestapo has done in the past, with what ICE is doing now, they're the exact same fucking thing. Because they already said, the Supreme Court gave them carte blanche, basically, to make any arrest they deem fit, including those who look like they could be illegal. Not with due process, just to pull them without any cause other than they spoke with an accent. So I wonder, with that in place, how long is it going to be before they start pulling African Americans off the street? How long is it going to be before they pull people like me off the street? Okay? How long is it going to be before they pull people who have spoken out against them off the street?
Yeah.
It always reminds me of that old poem about the I didn't do anything because it didn't affect me poem. And I read that one a long time ago. And for those who are just tuning in. Let me fire it up. Someone say something while I'm firing it up.
The Hulu thing that you were talking about earlier, I have Hulu Live. That's what I watch live TV on. They've actually been promising those rate hikes for at least 3 weeks. So it was before they pulled him off. But the problem is that everybody was canceling their subscriptions, period. And they realized that they weren't going to be able to do that. They wanted to save those rate hikes, so they brought him back on. So, and that's all I got. Deann, any word on anything?
Damn it, I lost it.
So,
Okay, I think I found it. That is if my fucking phone ever decides to play along. Ah, here we go. This one, it came out during World War II. So again, bear it in mind. First, they came for the communists, and I did not speak out because I was not communist. Then they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out because I am not socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I am not a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak out for me. This is where we're heading.
yes.
If there's people, and I'm not naming any names, if there's people that still do not think that they want to get involved, or they don't want to pay attention, or they don't want to be, looking at the problem, wait. Just wait. Because they're going to come for all these other groups, and when you're left and they start coming for you, there's not going to be anyone to fight for you. So, Deed, this one is aimed at you. Remember when I said before the election, when I start going from the boat waving goodbye, I give you, and I hope I'm wrong, I give it 1 year before that might become a reality. The way things are heading. And the more people put their head in the sand, the more that's going to become a hard fact. I hope I'm wrong, but I hate to say it, so far I've been fucking right. So, let us pray that a Big Mac and a Filet-O-Fish suddenly become the ray of hope this country needs.
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything negative, but all I'm saying is, come on, Big Macs, do your thing.
So with that, we're going to move on. This year marks 50 years of one of my favorite movies. To put in the words of the late Princess Diana, a movie that quite completed my education, The Rocky Horror Picture Show, 50 years. Yeah, and Dawn's looking at me like, what? I was like, well, you know what, Dawn, I didn't have a lot of experience when I was a teenager.
No, that's not what I mean.
Right.
I'm looking at you like that going, Princess Diana said what?
Princess Diana said that when she met Tim Curry, that she saw the Rocky Horror Picture Show and it quite completed her education. Her words, she said that.
I'm wondering what education she's talking about.
Well, if you've seen the movie, you probably know.
I have.
But I know, and people out there, hopefully they've seen it. It is the longest continuously running movie in history, always on one screen or another, the last 50 years, every day. I saw an interview on CBS Morning the other day. They were talking with Tim Curry, who he suffered rather debilitating stroke a couple of years ago and is wheelchair bound, but he's still all there mentally. And he was talking about how Lou Adler first saw the show in London, loved it, thought there was a lot of potential, brought it over to Broadway, or not Broadway, sorry, Los Angeles. And that's where Meatloaf joined up with the cast. Bless you, Dawn. Sorry.
I'm not sneezing. I'm still recovering from pneumonia, and I still don't have full lung power. And unfortunately, I have a persistent cough that goes with it. So,
I'm sorry. But anyways, the movie producers, the movie studios, he talked to them and he's like, "Hey, I think this is going to be a great show." The movie theater, the movie producers and whatever they offered him a couple million to do the show, but he wanted all American cast. They wanted all American cast. And he said, no, he wasn't going to do this unless the original, Frankfurter, Magenta, Columbia, and the narrator, they had to be part of it. And Riff Raff, they have to be part of it. And so they said, well, we're not going to give you. They only gave him $900,000 to do that movie. And he hired Susan Sarandon and Barry Bostwick to play Brad and Janet. And that was kind of like the compromise with the studio. And it flopped. I think if you know anything about the history, it flopped. People didn't get it. First time I saw the movie, I noticed it had come out on VHS. I was 18 years old. Went and rented it from the Livonia Public Library. Went home, watched it by myself. I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? This blew my mind. Here's this guy in makeup I would die to know how to do. Just beautiful makeup, big lips, looks great in a corset and high heels.
and a fishnet.
But I was like, I literally put it back in the case and went immediately back, dropped it off, shaking my head the whole time. But you know what? It stayed in my head. I went back the next day, watched it again with my Nana this time. That was fun. Nana actually laughed. She got a kick out of it. But then I brought it back and went back 2 days after that, rented it again. Finally bought the soundtrack, bought the VHS. I was hooked after that. But then after high school, I went with my friend Mark, his girlfriend, and my boyfriend at the time, and a whole bunch of people to Fairlane Mall and saw the midnight showing. Now I really got it. It's a group thing. You have to see it in a group. People could be dressed up, not dressed up, but yelling back to the screen, back to everything. And then now you have the shadow cast. I love it. And now they're touring, 50th anniversary. They're touring with the original Magenta, original Columbia, and the original Brad. And they're doing the shadow cast, but also doing talks and stuff like that along with the movie. I know that they're going to be playing at Four Winds Casino down in New Buffalo, because I passed a big billboard for it yesterday on my way to get a kitty cat. But that was pretty cool. So Dawn, when was the first time you ever saw it?
I don't know.
Okay.
And I'm serious. I don't remember when I first saw it. I just remember the first time I saw it, I was bored to death. Okay. I was probably one of those people that if I would have saw it in its first run, I probably would have been one of those people that didn't get it at first. I do remember, though, I'm like, well, that sucked. And then for some reason, it must have come on again. I want to say it was probably, the resurgence of Meatloaf when he came out with the album Bad Out of Hell 2. They decided to have the Rocky Horror Picture Show shown with him hosting. I'm like, oh, it's Meatloaf. I'll watch it, just see what he says. But because I didn't remember he was in it. Okay. And after I saw it the second time, I'm not going to say I got it, but I will say I do remember Tim Curry making me very confused about my sexuality right about there. It's like, but he pretty. But basically, it still wasn't ingrained into me yet. I just learned to appreciate it a bit more. It was after probably seeing it a couple more times that I'm not saying I let's just put it this way. I'm not saying I got it, but I appreciated it a hell of a lot more. And it wasn't really until recently we had a watch along, FFB movie night. This was my suggestion, and I kind of blew it because I was supposed to be joining them in Discord, and I kept hitting the wrong button to go join the chat. You know, but basically we all watched Rocky Horror Picture Show, and a lot of the facts that I was learning that night is also leading up to it. Like, the play came about because the actor who played Riff Raff, Richard O'Brien, he was confused about his own sexuality. And he was also a struggling actor, and he decided to write this play, and it took the fuck off in England. Became very popular. It was like sold out, and again, I didn't know Princess Diana watched the play or the movie, but the simple fact that it literally has been ingrained into every facet of pop culture. It really does make you appreciate it. Like, one of my favorite stories is Meatloaf saying, when they brought the play to Los Angeles, and he was auditioning to be Dr. Scott and Eddie. And he saw Tim Curry for the first time in the fishnets and the chorus, and he went, "Check, please," out. But then he's like, "Wait a minute, whoa, paying gig, go back." So he went back, and he actually learned to appreciate the whole thing as well. And it didn't just mean the money as well. But the whole point is you watch it, and even if you don't like it, okay, you can watch that movie and appreciate, in some aspects, the different parts of it. Now, I'm pretty sure everyone gets their own interpretations from the movie. Like, Stacey, you said you got it. What was your interpretation of the movie from it?
That, oh God, it's hard to put into words. Basically, you're thrown into a box at a young age, and you're expected to act a certain way. And, you're programmed by the people around. Like, it starts off with a wedding. Okay, so immediately, here's a wedding, a man and a woman. And then Brad and Janet get engaged as a man and a woman. They start dating in high school, so they're expected to, get married, have the 2.5 kids with a picket fence. And they get through, their tire explodes. They go to Frank's house, and that's when their eyes start being open to the way things can be. If you want them to be a certain way, you make it the certain way, like Frank making Rocky, or Columbia wanting to be with Eddie, and Frank getting jealous of that, so he takes his brain and puts it into Rocky. But the main thing, my favorite saying in the whole movie or the song is, "Don't dream it, be it." And it's just like, it doesn't mean that you have to go after, being sexually promiscuous if you don't want. It's about making your dreams come true. Don't dream it, be it. If you want to be a rock and roll person and you can't play guitar, learn guitar, start playing. You may never make it, but at least you're working towards it. That's what I got out of it. So
You took a long way to get to that.
I know, but you're talking
Because
about
you could have summed it up with the whole point, because that's
Don't
where I
dream
was
it, be it.
going with, is the whole don't dream it, be it.
right.
My interpretation is, and even in one aspect, be your inner whore. Let your freak flag fly. But that wouldn't be true. That would just be being cheeky. The interpretation I've gotten over the years, and it's waned over the last couple of viewings, is it's okay to be different. It's okay to be yourself, even if it does not fit in the box people want to put you in. Like, for instance, look at me. I am a fat fuck, okay? Society has labeled people who are fat and obese to be lazy, ugly, this, that, the other thing. They don't get to know what's inside the wrapper, okay? And for years, and Dee Dee can attest to this, my mom didn't exactly make it easy for me to be overweight because she didn't want, for me, what happened to her. Okay? Now, that being said, I still have a love-hate relationship with this rapper. But guess what? It's my problem. It's nobody else's problem. And if people have a problem with it, they can go fuck off. So, my interpretation from Rocky Horror is you can be whatever you want, and if the people don't like it, they can go fly off a fucking cliff.
Right.
Don't dream it, be it. Plain and simple. Now,
Deann, what about you? What was your first time, Dee?
Well, and like Dawn said, I honestly don't remember. I've only seen it twice. Twice.
That's more than I ever expected you to watch, to be
Just
honest.
twice. First time, didn't get it. Second time, I don't think I got it as well. But the only thing I remember vividly, Dawn, you're going to remember this, is it was you paused the freaking tape, the VCR, at the exact moment when Tim Curry was in drag coming down the stairs and screaming.
It's my favorite thing.
And you paused it right there, and that's what sticks in my head. So
I paused that
That's
during
it.
the watch along.
yeah,
I paused it, took a picture of it, and I sent it on Twitter. I said, the look I make on my face when Amanda tells me it's time to go to bed, but she ain't sleepy. Woo!
but that's what I remember about it. Is that moment.
All I'm going to say is, again, it's probably not going to be your cup of tea, to be brutally honest, but it is one of those movies that you should really give a chance to. Because it is a fun movie, it is campy, and it has other little aspects in it that might not be in your wheelhouse, but it also is a layered movie. If you look beyond some of the things that you wouldn't probably like, look at some of the other parts of it. Like Stacey said, there's little hidden things in there all over the place that you can pick up on that, honestly, I feel teaches more about wanting to be yourself than any other Hallmark or Lifetime movie out there. Those are all fluff. This is like, get over here! That kind of thing.
I know it's interactive.
Yes.
If you go to the Shadowcast, yes.
So
That much I know as well.
yeah, I have a couple funny stories. For years, I tried to get my sister Kelly to watch the movie. She couldn't get past the singing lips on the screen. She would see this lips. I don't know. It was like a visual thing. She was like, nope, I'm out of here. Nope. And I finally, after oh God, I think it was 10 years. After 10 years, maybe not even that long, but I had got tickets to see the Rocky Horror Show at the Meadowbrook Theater. And I was married to my ex-husband, Vic, at the time, and Vic and I were supposed to go, but he couldn't at the last minute. So I asked my sister. Now, my sister knew very little really about the movie other than those singing lips. So she asked me, she's like, well, are there going to be singing lips? I said, no, that's just the movie. And she goes, okay. So we get there and we had some time to kill. We went to the McDonald's across the street, and Rochester Hills, where the Oakland University is, it's a long way from Redford, where I was living at the time. And so we're sitting down there, we're eating. And I said, so what are your thoughts about men in fishnet stockings? And she's like, she holds her burger right at her face and then lowers it. She's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, okay, well, you might see those tonight. And she's like, oh my God. So we get in. She's not looking like she's going to have a good time. The show starts. About 15 minutes into the show, she leans over to me. She goes, this is the best play I have ever seen in my entire life. She loved it. From then on, it was no problem. She loved it. And she had two kids at the time, Dakota and Britt. I'm just going to put their names out. Dakota was 4, Britt was 2. And my sister was a waitress at the Boneyard. And I would come over and babysit them while their mom was at work until their dad, Chris, got home. And the one day, I brought over, I had taped off of Channel 50, the Rocky Horror Picture Show on VCR. So I could watch it because they didn't have cable. I watched it, when they go to bed, but they wouldn't go to bed. They wouldn't take a nap. And they still had all this energy. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to put the movie on. So and it was Channel 50. So the naughty parts were off. It was sanitized for, public television, but the music was the same. So I taught them how to do the time warp. And they fell asleep right around Touch of Me. Okay. So I put them to bed. I watched the rest of it. Chris gets home. The kids are still sleeping. And he's like, how were they? Oh, they were great. And I went and left. About a half hour later, I get a call from a very angry brother-in-law. What the hell is my son doing, running around the house yelling, singing, I'm a sweet transvestite? That's the only thing that he remembered from the movie was the song I'm a Sweet Transvestite. He was singing. So I'm like, my job here is done. End of the year. So yeah, that it was that. But now they loved the movie. I showed it to my nephew Evan, who in turn showed his 2 youngest brothers. Now all of them love it. So yeah, I got at least 6 fans there. So you guys have any funny stories about that, or?
Not funny stories, but 2 interesting factoids that I picked up on this one documentary.
Uh-huh.
The first one being the skeleton in the clock. That was real. It came with the castle. When they rented the castle out, the clock was already in there, and they decided, what the hell, we'll keep it because it fits the aesthetic of the movie. And if I'm not mistaken, the skeleton belonged to someone of royalty. So it's like, oh, cool. The other, which piggybacks on your sister's aversion to lips, which honestly, when I first saw it, that kind of, I'm not going to say it kind of was like a turnoff for me, but I was just like, I'm not one that likes to focalize on like having specific body parts enhanced. Like, I don't like seeing just eyes. Which is ironic because that's the thing that drew me to Amanda was her eyes, but I digress. Uh-huh. But that beginning montage, the lips belong to Patricia O'Quinn.
Yeah.
But the song was sung by Richard O'Brien.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a woman's lips and a man's voice, which you now When you now think about it, it sets the tone for the movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yep. So yeah, it's and when she was asked to be asked to do that, she only agreed to be in the movie if she was allowed to do that, to be the lips on the screen, which is pretty cool. But yeah, they're going to be at the Masonic Temple Theater this month if they haven't already been there, and I know they're going to be at Four Winds in Buffalo.
If I'm not mistaken, because me and a few coworkers were looking at it and thinking, this would be fucking funny to go to, especially when if we were to take our one coworker who came from Poland. She's not, she's an American citizen now, and I don't know if she's ever seen the Rocky Horror Picture Show, but we're like, we have to take her to this. And I believe there was a bunch of shows scheduled. One of them, I believe, was not Masonic. Let me fire it up, because they had, like, I want to say at least 4 or 5 different places that were going to be doing the movie with the shadow cast.
Yes.
And let's see. Okay, so they are going to be doing the Rocky Horror Picture Show at the Masonic Temple on October 18th.
Okay.
Every second and fourth Saturday, they go at the State Wayne Theater.
Yes.
October 17th, it will be at the Fisher Theater.
Ooh.
So, I mean, there's just a bunch of different, times that, wait. Stacey?
Uh-huh.
November 8th. Or Saturday, November 8th would be better, but November 8th at the Redford Theater, Rocky Horror Show Live. And if you're looking at Stacey's face, and I don't think you can because I'm talking, she's got the jaw drop going. If you've never been to the Redford Theater, it's very historic, and they have shown that there before.
Oh.
So to have them do the Rocky Horror Show live at the Redford Theater I think I'm going to have to get tickets.
And
I'm gonna buy them for Amanda for our anniversary. I don't know how she'll feel about that, because she does like Rocky Horror Picture Show, don't get me wrong, but if they have everybody acted out with the paper or the newspapers on their head, or throwing toast, or squirt guns for the rain, and what are some of the other things?
The rice.
Yep. There you go.
The toilet, like I said, the coolest thing that I ever saw, I got for my 20th birthday, I got front row tickets to see the Rocky Horror Show at the Fox Theater. And I had front row tickets, and it was so cool because during the time when say Great Scott and you throw the toilet paper, I looked back and there was nothing but a cascade of toilet paper coming over the balcony. I'm like, it's like a waterfall of toilet paper and people throwing the toilet paper. And yeah, somebody threw one up in the stage and it hit Frank, and he was not happy. He was like, listen, honey, you wipe your butt with this, not me. I was like, but he did it totally in character. And the second time, an almost empty one, he basically says, listen, kids, I'm going to get my spaceship and go home if this continues. And it stopped. But that was so cool because, and you think, the Fox Theater, it's so ornate and so beautiful, but they allowed everything. They allowed the rice, the toast, the water, the toilet paper, the newspapers, everything. It was pretty awesome.
Can you imagine the cleanup job?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Now, for the Fox Theater, those people are paid. The Redford Theater, those are all volunteers.
Yeah.
I could just imagine them going, do we have to?
Well, I know in at the Odawa Casino up here, they do at Victory Lounge. They actually they last year they did 2 shows, Friday night, Saturday night, and they sold out the entire time. The only thing they said you could not bring was rice because there's marble floors in there, and the Shadowcast makes use of the actual audience, so they're in and out. Well, these 2 people behind me did not listen, and they were throwing rice, and that the poor person playing Frank fell 2 or 3 times because they slid on this rice. And I was ready to go deck these women. It was like, this is how it's supposed to do. You know what? You put on high heels and walk through here and see how hard that is, let alone on top of rice. But I mean, they went through, and all the whole everybody who put it on plus the Shadowcast all came out and cleaned. So that this will be like the 3rd year that they've done it. And in Northern Michigan, there's not much else to do. So when you're gonna have something cool like that, yeah, your line is out the door. That was a lot of fun. But a lot of times, like my cousin used to run sound and stuff for the Rocky Horror at the Wayne Theater, and they always cleaned up after. And like I said, it shows they're still showing it, and this has been a good at least 14-15 years. In fact, I took Brittany at 17. I took her to go see it because she had never been there. She remembers seeing it on TV, but she had never seen it live. So I took her with us, and she loved it. Absolutely loved it. She had to get a picture with Frank.
Well, I'm just going to read, at least I'm going to try to. I'm not wearing my glasses.
Yeah.
This is basically everything that the Redford Theater has said regarding the Rocky Horror Picture Show. It's going to be shown Friday, November 7th at 8 p.m., as well as Saturday, November 8th at 3 p.m., probably to help clean up. Because I don't think any of the volunteers want to stay past 11 o'clock picking up toast. Anyway, step into a world of rock and roll science fiction and unapologetic glamour as the Rocky Horror Show comes to life on the stage at Detroit's historic Redford Theater. This live stage production of Richard O'Brien's iconic musical follows the strange and hilarious journey of Brad and Janet, a clean-cut couple whose car trouble leads them to the mysterious castle of Dr. Frankenfurter. There they encounter a wild cast of characters, unforgettable songs, and a night they will never forget. Filled with high-energy music, over-the-top characters, and bold performances, the Rocky Horror Show is a celebration of individuality, freedom, and fun. Whether you're a longtime fan or new to the phenomenon, this fully staged production brings the cult classic to life in a way you will never have experienced before. It is recommended for ages 17 and up. Parental discretion is advised. There is nothing here listed of things you cannot bring. So I'm assuming everything's on the table.
Wow. That's awesome. That's awesome. So I'm definitely going to have to be thinking about this, about going, because that's awesome.
I'm going to tell my coworkers, because like I said, be like, don't make any plans November 8th at 3 o'clock.
There you
Trust me.
There you
We have to go.
Yeah.
It's like, Maria, yes?
Okay.
How do you feel about going to see a play?
It's a musical.
Yeah, and not say a word. But the funny thing is I think she said she's heard of it. I just don't know if she's actually seen it. But the reason why I say her so emphatically is this woman is of boomer age. Okay? But she is probably since your Nana is probably the most openly embracing of everything person I've ever met. We were one time having a discussion about marijuana, and we see her enter the warehouse, and I'm like, hold on for a second. Hey, come over here. And she comes over, I'm like, yeah, do you know what, have you ever heard of marijuana? She goes, I'm 63 years old. Of course I've heard of it. And I'm like, oh. She goes, I haven't had it in over 20 years. And we're like, oh, dear God. And she proceeded to go in detail about her experiences. And they weren't in the negative. They weren't in the negative. But that's why I think she would be the perfect person to take to one of these things. It would just be comedy. Especially if they go, are there any virgins here?
Yeah.
Throw her up.
And that's half the fun. That's half the fun, bringing somebody who's never been to the live show and not telling them what to expect. And, the first time somebody yells out, it's like, we see you, riff raff. Shh. And, the first time I saw it at the movie theater, they said that, and there's a person in the audience who obviously thought they were just going to see a regular movie because she kept going, shh, I want to watch the movie. Can you guys be quiet? You guys aren't getting it. Anyway, so, I want to, if you do go, let us know, give us a recap. I can't wait. But that brings me to something else. Deann, you finished a Spartan race.
I did.
Why don't you go ahead and tell us about it?
And explain why you're checking out the leg stubble of your partner.
Huh? Oh, shut up. Shut up. All right, well, so it was 2 weeks ago. So first thing I want to say is when Barb got here to pick me up, pulled up the address to the hotel, and I'm looking at it like, son of a bitch. She's like, what's wrong? Like, I booked this for a hotel in Illinois. Like, shh. Like, oh shit. Then she's like, wait a minute, don't panic. Come to find out it was only half an hour away from the venue, so prices averted there. Yeah, I know, right? So I start driving.
They only both start with an I, you're good.
So it was supposed to be just over a 5-hour drive. And we're in Indiana. And we're on the stretch of highway. I can't remember exactly what road we were on. And for like 5-6 miles on both sides of the highway, it was like literally like nothing but wind turbines. Because I mean, as far as the eye could see, it was like what kind of twilight zone are we in?
You went silent there for a second. I couldn't tell what you were saying.
I said it was just really creepy, and I'm like, what kind of twilight zone are we in? Because it was like it was literally as far as the eye could see on both sides.
Was this on I-80?
I honestly don't know where we were, to be totally honest. So, but I think I want to say maybe not an hour or so before we get there, we're looking at the GPS and noticed our arrival time. Like, something's not adding up. Because her clock,
I know where it's going.
Yeah, her clock said one thing, her arrival time said the other thing. We forgot about the time change. So we get into Illinois, and our hotel was right on the border of Illinois, Indiana. Like right on the border. So we cross into Illinois, the time change, we were good. But now we're thinking to ourselves, time change, we got to get to the freaking venue, Michigan time, not Illinois time. So our heads are like spinning about all that. And it got dark in here all of a sudden. Anyway, I digress. So, race day. Let me turn on a light.
We can see you.
I can't see.
And the people on Spotify can't see you. But the people on YouTube, please like, share, and subscribe, and tell us that you can see her.
So anyway, race day. Made sure I had my hydration pack on because 13.1 miles of obstacles. Got to make sure you're hydrated. We had snackies to make sure that we had calories to go along with us. Got my list of my obstacles and what I completed, what I didn't. Let's dive in, shall we? So first obstacle, 4-foot wall. Got it. 5-foot hurdle. Did that one. Monkey bars. Penalty that. Inverted wall. It was the first time I was able to complete that one. You're looking at me like, what the fuck is an inverted wall, right?
Yeah, I remember you mentioned it last time.
Yeah, it's kind of like basically it's a plank of wood. It kind of was like basically inverted. You're climbing up one way on a slant and going over. Olympus. They didn't have the Olympus size. Now, and before I mention this, first let me back up a little bit. So we're in Attica, Indiana, and it was a ATV park. So a lot of sand, a lot of gravel, a lot of hills, which we were not expecting because someone said it was a flat course. They fucking lied, but that's another story altogether. The Spartan people normally have 8 to 10 days to set up, but because the venue double booked, they had 5. So a few obstacles were not there. They released. So that's why Olympus wasn't there. Bender, finally, after I almost gave up, I got it. And Bender was it's a metal frame, kind of like the inverted wall, where it's a metal frame. You kind of like monkey bars. They want to slant. You go pull, and it's scary. Dawn, you look very bored.
No, I'm just trying to picture this in my head.
Well, you have Google Spartan, no, YouTube Spartan, and like these things, and it explain it. It shows you videos. It's hard to explain them.
In other words, if I care to educate myself, go on YouTube. Got it.
But seriously,
which again, for those listening, go on YouTube, like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment.
The Stairway to Sparta. That was the one you said. Looks like I was looking at Barb's hair stubble. That was giving her a boost.
I get the position was off, but if you look at the picture, it looks like you're analyzing her calf for stubble.
To be fair, I didn't even know if photographer was at the top of the wall. I had no idea. Anyway, I did that one. I did the 7-foot wall, but I needed help with. I got a boost from some random guy, which was appreciative, and I came back around and did the same thing. Gave him a boost. Twister is like monkey bars, but they kind of like turn as you're doing them. I did not do that. Irish tables, they didn't have that, so I don't even know what that was. Sandbag carry, I was able to do that. Wait, barbed wire crawl, was able to do that. Armor, and what armor is like an Atlas ball, but it has a chain. You have to like lift it and carry it. But so pretend like it's like imagine like carrying a kettlebell, but like really heavy on a chain, and like, so you're kind of
you duck walk.
Exactly. Then there was an 8-foot wall. Once again, I had to get help with that, but I got over it. Plate drag, I was able to do that. And there was another barbed wire crawl. That one, so, oh, wait. I was a little longer, and I was trying to like roll to get myself through it, but I got dizzy. And I had the spinning. I'm like, I can't do that. So I just tried to crawl my way through it the best I could. Then there was a second sandbag carry, and that was I ended up doing a 65-pound sandbag. That was the guy's side. I did that. The Atlas carry, Dawn, you know what an Atlas is. For those who don't know, it's basically a large concrete stone that you have to carry from point A to point B. The slip wall, I know, once again, Dawn, I know you know what that is, but it's basically like a kind of like an A-frame, and one side's like a plank wood with a ropey terrain, and then the other side is like steps to get down. The Z wall, I got halfway through and my leg cramped, so I couldn't do it. Fear throw, 30 burpees there. Bucket carry, I was able to do. A-frame cargo net, yes. Chain carry, yes. 6-foot wall, yes. Rope climb, no. Hercules hoist, yes. Multi-rig, that's monkey bars and rings, no. I was able to do most of them, thank goodness. Now, by, I would say mile 7, we were doing really great up to about mile 7. And then we felt like we were walking in the Sahara Desert because like 2 to 3 miles was nothing but walking in dirt, sand, and gravel, up hills, down hills, flat, right? It was sun beating down on you. It was very, very brutal. Then I started to cramp. But then I saw an 82-year-old lady come, which we met, and like, shit, I can do this. Now, granted, she had walking sticks, and I don't think she was doing any of the obstacles, but she was out there. And then there was a team of people, and they were like, had these guys in wheelchairs that they were helping through. Once again, if they could do it, I could do it. So I got through it. Oh, here's my medal. I just realized he gave me the wrong medal, but anyway. This is the sprint medal. This is the beast, or excuse me, this is the super. This
Awesome.
is this is the beast.
Cool.
And then
Are those the ones that you pieces? You had to
No.
split them together?
so here's got them here. So here's the wedges that came with them.
Okay.
3 wedges, sprint, super beast. Then you put them together. I bought this little doodad here. Oh, frame. See?
Cool.
Oops, and backwards. And I've still got it wrong. Oh, sorry for the delay. Jesus, take me anywhere. Voila. That looks like all together.
Love it.
And for people on Spotify who can't see this, please
3
describe.
wedges put together, and I put them in a little like folder. So that's what it looks like. And
Describe it.
it's a very heavy silver circular holder. And then the front, it says camaraderie, courage, competition, and then 3 wedges fit inside.
Awesome.
And we're already planning next year.
That is terrific.
But my psycho friend wants to do all 3 in one weekend.
Yeah, that's certifiably nuts.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah, I'm still debating if I want to do all 3 in one weekend or if we want to just like spread it out like we did this year. But we're not gonna like sign up to like November because we're hoping there'll be like Black Friday deals. So we're waiting.
Wow.
But yeah, like I said, I started cramping up between mile 7 and 8. I had to take multiple rests because my legs kept cramping. There were guys that were in phenomenal shape. They were like to the sides, like just like laying. Like I got to the barbed wire crawl. There was this guy just laying there in the front of it. Like, are you okay? And he didn't even answer me. He just laid there. I'm like, you need help? I mean, like, hey, are you okay? And finally he said, I'm just cramping really bad. Like, do you need something? I got glue gels. I've got some gummy clusters. I guess they help you with calories. That's what Barb said. Anywho, he's like, no, I'm good. I'm like, no, here, take this glue gel. At least get some kind of electrolytes into you. So he was appreciative of that. And then I saw him eventually hobble up and go around the barbed wire crawl because he just couldn't do it.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. met this guy that we follow on the Midwestern Spartan page. His name's Tom Manning. He's done probably 415 Spartan races and counting. And he's very well known in the Spartan community. Real nice guy. Dawn, you look bored out of your.
No, I'm kind of bouncing between you and The Naked Gun with Liam Neeson. So I'm paying attention. Really, I am.
That's pretty much it.
And
when we
stop
went
asking if I'm looking bored.
Sorry. Oh, so we would obviously, as I told you, our hotel was on the border of Illinois, Indiana. So we were just kind of joking because we took this little 2-mile walk, in maybe a fourth or a third of a mile. We crossed into Indiana. We're like, well, we walked so far, we walked to a whole other state type thing, but weird. And then you crossed into another time zone. A third of a mile and the distance. It was just weird that being so close to a different time zone. I mean, really weird.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you're a braver person than I am. I would take one look at that horse, go, okay, I'm done for the day, and go take a nap. That's just looking.
I said, if an 82-year-old can do it, I can do it. That's what I kept telling myself when I first saw her. Now, we did help her up one of the steep hills. And then after she's like, oh, thank you. Barb's like, I give her all this credit, but she has no business being out here because there are times that she looked like she was ready to fall. And she's like, she should, because I don't think she was doing any of the obstacles, honestly. Because, we'd pass her and then 2 or 3 miles, up the obstacles, there she was again. So I think she was either getting rides or.
Oh yeah.
Or maybe she was doing the penalties like you had to do a couple of times.
No, because
you didn't have to do.
No, penalties big. Will take you out of that you follow a little trail, then you go back onto the course. So there's no way she could have gone that far ahead of us without a ride.
So let me see if I got this right. How old do you think she was?
She told us she was 82.
Okay.
Wow.
So there's an 82-year-old woman on a 13.1 mile course.
Mm-hmm.
And you just spent 5 minutes talking about helping each other, and you even helped her up a hill. Now you're slamming her for possibly cheating?
No, wow. I'm not saying
Courage
that.
and camaraderie.
You're not saying.
Cheating.
You're not listening.
I'm listening. I'm listening to you slam this 82-year-old woman on a 13.1 mile course.
I give her amazing props for being out there, but I just don't. I just think if she was going to do something like that, she just should have just a straight trail run, not with obstacles in there. Now, granted, the person she was with, he was doing all the obstacles. Mm-hmm. Yes.
What's on the medal again? Courage, camaraderie, and what? Competition. I think we just saw the green-eyed monster. They need to add J. Jealous much?
Not at all.
Or J. Judgmental?
No.
She's 82!
I know. I know.
Did you pass her? Go, come on, you old battle axe!
No. Be nice. I would just, oh God. Okay, thank you.
10 minutes of slamming a poor 82-year-old woman who actually had the balls to go out there. And
on a different note. Wait, on a different note. When we were you know how every town, every city, every state has their sketchy areas?
Uh-huh.
Illinois had one of those.
Oh yeah.
We were going to dinner. And we were trying to figure out where to go, and we Googled this Italian restaurant. And I tell you what, it was it was like exceptionally sketchy. It looked like a frat neighborhood, but far worse. I can't explain how it looked. It was bad. Let me just put it that way. It was bad. I can't explain it. It was scary.
Was there an 82-year-old woman on a corner going, "I'll beat you with my cane"?
No. Tell you what though, Indiana drivers are far worse than Michigan drivers though.
Oh
No.
Well, for what we saw, yeah.
No. What I mean is, understand my motivation here. You're talking to somebody who drove to Las Vegas and back and had to go through several states. Indiana, yeah, some of them are kind of nuts, but it doesn't hold a candle to Illinois. No offense to Charzy, but I had an anxiety attack coming back because their construction narrowed lanes so badly. There's no room for error.
Oh yeah.
And these people are driving like they've got their head up their ass and they're relying on the force, the dark side of the force.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sorry. I'm going to say Illinois is way worse.
Oh,
We
yeah.
weren't that far in Illinois, so I can't really hold a candle to that. So, yeah, I hear you. All right. Okay. That's all I got.
Not compared to New York.
I wouldn't drive in New York.
I wasn't close to the city, but I will say this. The one place in New York I was, land of the psychotic whack jobs. Not naming names. Sure enough, I'll see it on Twitter.
I have not driven in New York, but I've been a passenger in a car several times driving through New York City. It is interesting. It's can be rage inducing, and the words "what the actual fuck" come up a lot. And then you get on the turnpike or the any of the bridges to get over to, like, say, Staten Island in New Jersey and stuff like that. The drivers in Newark, it's like, I mean, the only thing I can liken it to is 696, where, points don't matter and what's a speed limit, basically. I'm just glad that I was a passenger and not a driver.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's scary. But so we're about to wrap up, but I know next show Deann is going to be hosting. And Deann, you want to give us a preview of what you're thinking about?
No.
Since it's so close to Halloween, I'm sure Halloween's going to be part of it. And
I
that's
really don't have anything. I don't have anything even remotely laid out yet, except for talking. I know we're going to talk Halloween. Other than that, I have no effing clue.
Well, I know Halloween, I think, is Dawn's favorite holiday, isn't it?
Gave me
Dawn?
that idea.
I don't
I have
know.
no idea.
The Camp
What's so
Crystal
special
Lake
about fucking
shirt,
Halloween?
the hat. Huh?
Right?
What's so special about Halloween?
I don't know. Camp Crystal Lake shirt and hat.
I work there. What do you want?
Okay. Anyways, there's a movie I would like you guys to watch between now and then and tell me what you think. It's a good movie. It's called Lisa Frankenstein. Have you seen it?
I have been wanting to watch that one. I think it is in our rotation for the 30 days.
Okay.
31 days, pardon me.
It's really good. It really is. You won't be disappointed. But we're going to go ahead and is there anything left that you guys want to say? We've got about 6 minutes left. Anything, Dawn?
I didn't participate in it, but I volunteered at a strongman competition yesterday.
Uh-huh.
I watched how they handled it.
That's what that was.
I know I would have been out of my element a little bit for two reasons. One, I would have been next to the one who's an actual pro. I would have been the only heavyweight novice there was. So my weights would have been considerably higher than what they were using. And also, like I said, I'm still suffering the after effects of having pneumonia. So my lung capacity I probably would have dropped dead. I mean, it was hot out there. A lot of the competitors were out in the sun the entire time, and I was there from 9 a.m. to about 4. That competition was long because there was like 80, 90 competitors. Most of them were in the lightweight class. A lot of women, which was very encouraging. But it was definitely amazing to watch. Like, there's this one woman who I believe deadlifted like trap style. An ATV, I forget how much weight they added onto it, but she did about 30, close to 30 reps.
Wow.
Deadlifting this ATV. Wow. Some of the weights on there were pretty phenomenal. They got up to, I want to say, 400 pounds for it wasn't the one deadlift because they really couldn't give an exact weight for the car deadlift because they had 3 lanes. One was an ATV, one of them was like a SUV, and then the third one was a truck. Wow. And sometimes they would add weight to it. So depending on, if they like threw a plate or 2 in there, it would vary like what the weight roughly was. But I think they got up to 400 pounds on, God, I almost want to say because the first event, one of them was the yoke, where the apparatus goes across your shoulders. They got up over 600 pounds on that one.
Wow.
But there was this one woman, I forget how much weight she had, blew my mind. Because you have to go about 30 feet. If you can do that in 10 seconds, that's great. She had to have been from point A to point B in less than 8. Wow. She was like, 1 minute here, boom. But it did make me interested in possibly going to the one in Traverse City in January. I was told, you should definitely go. It's a party atmosphere afterward. Everyone that competes goes to the bar. I'm like, you had me at bar, but I haven't totally made up my mind yet. I want to get a little stronger, which is hard when you can't really breathe. So we'll see how that plays out. But if they do Motor City Monsters again, I just might give it a shot. I mean, not that I like the man right now, but Wayne Gretzky, he's infamous for quoting his father, which is, you miss every shot you never take. So eventually, and me and Amanda had to talk about this last night, she says, but you have this natural strength. Can you imagine how strong you would be if you really, really apply it? And I go, that's actually a scary fucking thought. But she goes, no. It's like you were made for this. I'm like, I'm 54 years old. I'm not going to be on World's Strongest Man anytime soon. But
Jack LaLanne was.
Who?
Jack LaLanne.
He wasn't on World's Strongest Man.
No, but he was doing pretty remarkable things even into his 80s. And if you do it, I will be there. I promise.
Or come on, I literally just laid this up so you could lob it back at me. What was the theme of one of our subjects?
Today or whenever?
Today.
Halloween.
Ay,
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Thank you. What's the tag?
So dream it, be it.
Thank you. I'm glad you went that way, not to give yourself over to absolute pleasure, but I digress.
Well, it could be. I mean, it's like,
if I were true masochistic. But yeah, I'm definitely giving it serious thought. If I feel and I get better, I will do one or the other. Although the events look like, from what my weight class is, I could probably do it without looking like a jackass. So we'll see.
Well, I know you could do it. I know you could.
Thank you.
So, well, with that note, we're all gonna wish Dawn happy training, and hope the lungs heal up fast so that you can train.
A happy tranny?
training.
Oh, I'm like, the fuck you going with?
No.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
We're going to wrap it up right now. Join us back on the 24th when it'll be Deann's turn. And I guarantee you there will be no politics because it's Deann. It's going to be happy. It's going to
Happy
be
joy,
great.
joy.
And we're going to
But I
challenge
dare
ourselves.
her to stop me.
We're going to challenge. We're going to challenge ourselves to try to make Dawn laugh. It's going to be pretty hard, I think. She smiled at things, but laughing, I don't think it's in her repertoire. So we have to find something funny.
No, because I did laugh on that one episode when you just simply couldn't get it when Dee Dee kept firing off at you.
Or
That
Pazuzu.
was funny.
Pazuzu.
About the Barbie.
Yeah.
You're talking about that Barbie in
Barbie
Texas.
does Dallas.
Yeah.
Anyways, but we're going to get out of here. So thanks for joining us, everyone. And I've been Stacey and
Dawn.
And
Yeah. Hi.
And until later, keep your rants in your pants.